So at the end of this class, I'm going to donate the merits of this class, transitioning into my beautiful beloved brother who passed away from a heart attack. And don't worry about anything about being personal about it. He's very young. He was very healthy. And he just passed away in Sri Lanka. He went there. And he had a heart attack. So now this leaves me certain things that we all have things to work with certain emotions that now no longer have the person to talk about even, or to release, or to say that this was the story, you did this, that. So we all will come into this place. So we begin this practice not with perfection, as we always say, but we are giving that permission to arrive where we are. And for me, it's honoring the mess, the ache, the mystery. Because for me, this has been very personal, and I'm letting the personal part go because it doesn't come from escaping that past and go into the ritual of this and that. It comes from facing this through my practice and through my reverence. Even knowing that this whole journey has consumed me, my character and my personality, but it also has anointed me. So I'm not broken in this space. I'm also going through the death that he's going through, but more of a spiritual realization and becoming. And this practice is wherever we are, it's my ceremony for him and for myself to return back to the space of the source that no longer hold the story. So saying that, I will allow you to roll the shoulders back and open up the space, erect the spine, lift up the space of the heart, and whatever that is for you. So my one was a physical death. Your one might be a totally a different space for you. So we are not here to transform. We are here to witness and what is already sacred within that wound, the void, the abscess. So I'm no longer running from the pain. I'm allowing it to be there because it was never wanted to harm me. It is want me to have a realization, and I'm going to merge into that space. So what that space for you, just coming into that alignment. I will move the camera towards Darren. So if you know how to work through the postures and the breathing, so find a breath that is going to gently create this space for the transitioning, whatever that is for you. Let your breath lead you. Let the body respond to this invitation of this moment, not the reaction of the past. Let this posture and the movement, it's not an achievement, it's an opening, it's a doorway, it's a realization. Now, take a deep breath in, shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, massage your back of the skull into the chest, and let your spine collapse. Take a deep breath in, shoulders roll back, opening up the space of the heart. Twisting the spine to the right side stomach, very gently pulling in. Let your breath lead your body. Let be this the invitation of this moment back into the center. Change the formation of the legs. Take a deep breath in. Elongate that posture. It's not an achievement, it's just a doorway. Out breath to center, the opposite direction. Now take a deep breath in and come back into the center. So you can call it a turmoil. You might not have anything at the moment. Whatever that fire that is there, your realization is not to destroy, it's to remember. So you're offering this each breath. For me, it's the each shade is to soften. And I'm going to come into that space of sacredness because I'm sitting in the raw edge of it now. Take a deep breath in. Now, very gently shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, and massage the back of the skull and open up the jaw. Jaw. I'll come to the jaw why jaw is important. Chin to the chest and collapse the spine. Back into the center. Palms rest onto the crown and palms onto the namaskar position. I want you to have a gratitude that in this space that you are no longer the story. You have survived the story, not only physically and mentally. But I want you to come into this liberation that you're also the one who watched all of this. You watched it from a child, you're watching from as an adult, you're watching from even beyond the body. But you have to surrender this out breath that you also who is made it through this moment. You have come home into that space. So the class bring in from that space. Now take a deep breath in and breathe that left foot into the back. Shoulders relax and lift up the chest. Take a deep breath in, shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, squeeze the back of the shoulder, breath out, drop the elbows into the front, walk those palms. Clench and unclench, just intuitively observe, not as a question from the mind. What did I learn from this darkest part of me? Take a moment. You don't have to answer. You're allowing those darkest parts. Tissue is always in the tissue, and you're allowed those tissues to be more open now. You're breathing very gently. You're observing your hips, how you hold at this very moment. You're opening also your heart. You're also opening up. Sometimes your voice can throttle, like when you try to talk too quickly about what's in the throat. Observe that. And same goes with the belly. Observe the hips, observe the heart, observe the throat, observe the belly. With your observation of the breath in each of these regions. Now take a deep breath in and very gently come back. Now very gently do a plank. Stronger on the pelvic floor. Not as stronger to compete with the posture, but that awareness, observing the frequency of the body as a spiritual reflection. Now drop the knees, rotate the hip wider, and open this deep space. And stretch the spine into the front and into the back, palms facing up and opening up. Now you could see suddenly this allows us to rise from the body, rise from the mental blockage, presence, because you have walked, you have moved, because you have also survived. I'm not talking about the future. I'm talking about similar experiences that you had, um, that I'm having after my mother's and father's death. This is my third one. So I'm bringing that surrender and an inner trust. So I'm not retreating. I'm returning to myself with a sacred silence within the breath. And I'm creating that pause when the story wants to run viral. Palms facing down, rolling and bringing the chest into the front. Drop the belly, soften the hips. Gentle cobra. Bring that healing intention that I'm releasing of the unspoken truth, ease in the mind. Overlooking to the right side, overlooking to the left side, back to the center. And I'm dropping the head into the space of the third eye onto the floor. Let the mind unwind. Let the stories drip down the spine like a melting ice. I do not need to carry them all. Take a moment. The more authentic you become, if you can run without cutting into your characters and personalities, the healing is beginning. Now take a deep breath in, palms onto the chest level where the elbows are, breathing into a very up pace. Reclaim that willpower, the emotional process in this posture. Breathe out towards a down face. Now you will feel on this pose your breath more. So use your breath as a drum. And remember the rhythm of that phase of that drumming. Strengthen even when you have forgotten it. So don't see it as a palpitation. Now, left foot into the front, into the pigeon pose. So sole of the feet is opening up, releasing its tension. Your knuckles, your toes are opening up. And you're taking this moment to release of a grief and your restoration of flow. So take a deep breath in, drop the elbows, walk those palms. Now, in the hips, let that reverse of your path to flow. All the hips side to side, rock gently. Let them move, let them lead. Not that you want a perfection body, but you don't want to have holdings. So whatever it is for you, palms facing up. Gently coming back when you're ready. Now, your body should be mapped every day. Your practice is just creating that courage to move forward. Even it says, hold on to the body pain, hold on to that, and try to fix that. So coming to a plank, strong on that pelvic floor, elongation in that plank. Very gently drop the knees, rotate the hip wider. Whatever is suitable for you. Whatever you have the courage to be. Courage is not about fighting when you have something is not working today. What a rotation. And stretch the spine. Allow yourself to be rooted into the space of the practice, space of the body. Let that spine arise with the flame of courage. It's not loud. No. Loud is when you go to the character, when you go to the story, when you go to the emotion. It is a choice to stay open. So I'm not saying silence. I'm not saying diplomatically shut areas that is chaotic. I'm just asking you to stay open. So I'm going through this and I'm allowing you to come with me on this journey. Now, very gently, come back to the child pose, waking up the spine one vertebra at a time. Now, take a deep breath in and both arms stretch. This is the intention of this posture is to have that freedom from that emotional entanglement. Now, very gently coming into the Garudasana right on the top. Now, this is such opening on the back scapula. So your breath should be, and your realization in this gentle breathing is to unwind what once bound you. From the spiral, take a deep breath in, opening up, find your wings, and spread the wings wider. You're meant to fly from that space. You have taken the comfort of the story. You're loyal to your story. You're too loyal to your story. Aren't we all? Now take a deep breath in and coming to the Garudasana onto the other side. Take your time. This time, tap on the third eye slightly and let your intention be there. You're meant to guide with the body that you have given. You're meant to guide the space of openness with the mind and all the passes and the presents and the futures. So you're holding the Garudasana now and you unwind what once bound you. And you find from that spiral, when you're ready, find your wings. You're meant to fly. Spread the wings wider. Shoulders relaxed and chest open. Now we are going to use a bolster to come into the camel pose. If it's too much for you, gently doing. Come up into your knees. Give a rotation to the right arm. Shoulders roll back, roll back, roll back, loosening up into the elbows, loosening up into the wrist. See whether you need any intention pointing to the wrist knuckles. Then the right arm reaching onto the hips. When you do the same thing on the left arm, and you're grounding your strength and resilience in this posture. And then you hold on to a bolster or you keep the toes down and lift up the heels. You make your kidneys buoyant and we gently opening up into that space. So take a deep breath in when you're ready. Push the hips forward because the tension is the hip goes back too much. Be the one who stands for your truth, for your becoming. Let the ground rise to meet your intention. Let the body rise to meet your intention. Let the breath rise into your intention. Now support the back and gently relax back onto the ground, onto the innocence of the child. In these places, it's good to elongate the out breath a bit more and shoulders relax and let's open. Opening up and releasing the tension. So this is a very soul-forged class for reflection. Now, it's okay to have the fire. It's okay to have the yours. But your fire is very sacred. So burn with purpose, not with punishment, not with anxiety, not with depression, not with fear. Because this heat is also needed for us to heal. That your sacred fire is important, but burn it with a purpose. So bring a resolve into your faith. And when you're ready, crown the head onto the floor and lift up the buttocks and opening up that space. And then you roll back onto the third eye. You're resting in this pose for a couple of more breaths. Now, I want you to come into the camel pose again, this time with a bit more understanding and realization. So prepare yourself to come back onto the knees, opening up. This time, I want your heart, the kidneys, the wrist to be open for forgiveness, even for yourself. So lift up onto the knees, right arm roll back, left arm roll back. Perform something that very simpler for you, but the shape of the Uttarasana, camel pose. This body, this child has gone through storms. This heart has gone through storms. So elevate the heart on the camel pose. But it still opens. That is the power. That is the peace. It's still open for love. It's still open for service. Support the back and go back to the child of the innocence. I hope you all guys are working very gently. Take a couple of more breaths. We are going more on a yin level, and we are using these opportunities to collectively rise from our centers. Now, we are also going through cycles. Huh? Completing the cycle, not only the joy part of it, not only the life part of it, but also the wounded parts, traumatized parts. Completion is where you rise from the center. Now, wake up the spine one vertebra at a time. Shoulders relax and just open. Just the legs into the front. Open up and shake the legs and release. Now very gently, elbows onto the floor and tilt the head back, lift up the heart. So you're coming into the Matsyasana, more like a fish pose, but not a Purna one, where you're putting the alignment of the crown of the head onto the floor. But if you even want to use a bolster, that's fine. And then you lay down the body onto the floor, chin to the chest, and relax. Now you get the feet closer to the buttocks, palms facing down. And you take a deep breath in and tuck the tailbone under and lifting up on the out breath the spine. Very gently moving into the shoulder blades. This is the foundation of the self-worth. That I'm supported and I'm worthy of my own strength, because we all have walked through that, or some of you might be walking through it. Let this class be a guidance of the physical forms, also to the spiritual, on a level of people have passed away. They all can listen and feel the intention of this class. Very gently coming down one vertebra at a time. I see the strength of the back, see the strength of the feet, see the strength of the elbows, shoulder blade. Now, sole of the feet together and knees wide apart, and you just keep the hands on where the groin is and give a gentle heat into that space. Our healing intention is detoxification and emotional movement. Now, very gently, knees together, knees to the chest, drop the spine into the front and into the back. When you're ready, coming into a seating posture. Now, left foot over the right knee, Lisa. On top of the right knee. Yes. So where Daza is at on the supine twist, take a deep breath, right arm reaching up to the ceiling and twisting the spine to the left side. Take a mudra. This is a detoxification and emotional movement. So breathing in and breathing out very gently. Let the spine ring out what no longer serves you. Make the space for the truth to land. Truth to land. Now, when I say truth to land, truth does not choose characters and personalities and diplomacy and vocabulary correct, whatever it is for you. Take a moment and breathe and let the spine ring out of what no longer serves, because you carry a lot in this. You have to put an intention to stop the emotion and the thought holding this weight. So make the space for the truth to land. Now, when something lands, something has to be empty to land. It never lands on the clutter, because if the clutter it lands, you will still feel it like a weight, even if the best thing has landed you. Make sense? I'm going deeper with your healing classes because not many of you get the time to spend with me, come to those healings, because back to the center, a change to like formation, and let's move on to the other side. For intention, let the spine bring out what no longer serves. Make the space for the truth to land of the situation. So either you can have foot buried under the buttock, the left foot, and opening up. Shoulders relaxed, chest open, breathing, intentions. Even if the class is done with so much of purpose, it can release lifetime things. Back into the center. Now take a deep breath in and sole of the feet together, almost like a butterfly. Open and close a few times. Keep a deep breath in. Now I'm going to change this posture a little bit more. And I'm going to allow your feet or the bum to walk backwards a little bit. Bum. So you're creating a space like the Kumarasana, the tortoise posture. But we are not going to do the tortoise in the same way. Instead of, we are going to cross the right arm over the left arm. So left arm go to the right knee and right go to the ankle. Find space. And you take a deep breath in And your intention is to open up the back of the shoulders and roll forward. So your intention here, the result is you were always enough in your openness, and you were always blossoming into that space. It's about self-love and inner openness. Inner openness. You cannot be open to outside if you're not open from inside. Because as soon as you have someone chatting, you will be constantly be the critic of that chat. Now observe that spiritual reflection because that's where the healing of the secret lies. And I personally do this with the students who come into this space when we have that time. And so I'm giving you the same energy form for you to blossom into that space. Now take a deep breath in, coming back. So you can release your shoulder blades according to the way you're holding from the arms. So whether it want to go to the ankle, whether it has go to the knees, it's up to you. Now change the formation of the hands onto other side, because it does have a different feeling. And very gently come and roll forward into that space of self-love. Open up as much as you can. And this is coming into that space of that I'm always enough. In my openness, I blossom. Not as a personality, not as a character. I take a deep breath in and very gently coming back. Shoulders relax and chest open. Now very gently palms onto the floor into the back and feet in the front, not crossing, and you're gently coming onto a tabletop. And bring that nervous system into the rest and allow the faith and coming down very gently. Relax. One more time, take a deep breath in and lifting up. This is a part of your spiritual reflection. It's people who are fighting with the world. The timing is not correct. The world can't wait, so don't worry about it. But you're worthy of deep rest. You're worthy of that silent miracle. You're not meant to chase the world. You're not meant to get into that train, because I saw that also with my brother, how quickly it can consume you. And gently coming down one word apart. And relax. We do the tabletop. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Now very gently, shoulders relax. Take a stretch to the neck. Shoulders roll forward and backward. And walk the hips into the front and into the back. Very gently giving that space. I want you to very gently finding a space to gently lie down. This is just a reflection space. So adjust the body, bring the knees to the chest and drop the knees to any side that you wish to drop. Stretch the arm. So knees to the chest and drop the knees to the whatever the direction is for you onto the other side. And then relax back to the floor. Now clench, take a deep breath in and clench the toes with the in breath and relax. Take a deep breath in, clench the feet and relax. Clench up to the ankles to knees, the calves. Breathe out and relax. Clench the buttocks up to the buttocks. Breath. Pelvic floor. and release. Take a deep breath in, clench all, and also the fingers, knuckles. Clench, 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 and release. Now clench up to the elbows, so that also lower digestion, the whole body, and release. Now clench up to the shoulders, tight, 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 tight. Now clench to the throat. You will feel how clenched you are with thoughts and emotion, and release. Now clench with the teeth and jaw and the face and the ears, and release. Now one more time, the whole body clenched, almost from the pelvic floor to the crown of the head, from the feet, and release. And release. So the part of this is bring that resolve for the spirit integration and acceptance. So leave the body alone and just observe and witness as a gratitude to this body and the mind that you are the one who lives, the one who choose to return to this practice. But what are you now looking? For me, what is important is that I am not the wound. So for you, it's you're not the wound. Then who are you? If there was a part of that. You're the light it revealed. So this is not asking you to shut anything, but it's also stopping you because you're loyal to your wound so much. You keep wounding it. But you are not the wound. You're the light it revealed. Understand? So take a deep breath in, breath out. We begin not with perfection, but with permission. Take a deep breath in. Permission to arrive as we are. Breath out. Breathing in to honor the mess. I honor the ache. I honor the mystery. Breathe out. Healing doesn't come from escaping the dark. Take another deep breath in. It comes from walking through it with reverence. Breath out. Knowing that fire that nearly consumed you also anointed you. Take a deep breath in. I'm not broken. Breath out. I'm becoming. Breathing in. Let this practice is my ceremony to return. Ceremony of return. Now, take a deep breath in. You understand the darkest part of your story gave birth to the strongest part of your spirit. But today you have to observe that you have created a fan club of your story, so don't be too loyal to it. Be loyal to the light that revealed it. Make sense? When you're ready, gently coming back into the space of sitting with your own time. Arms rest onto the Namaskar position. Arms onto the Namaskar position. May this class be a gratitude and token for my beloved brother that shared a task with me. May he attain according to his practice until the Nibbana. And may you all join with me for sending some relief for someone has passed away in your life. You can chanting 3 Oms with your own timing, and I will do the sending prayer. Chavate Sangha Aniccavat Sankar Aniccavat Sankar. Namaste. You give to this beautiful class. I'm so glad that you all are part of it. We can't be loyal to our stories.